Clara Whitmore had lived her whole life on Brick Lane, a lively stretch of London where everyone knew your name and gossip travelled faster than the morning bosses. Every day she worked at her mother's flower stall, her hands always dusted with pollen and hope. A few stalls down was Tommy Dyer, the local bike repair lad. He wasn't born into much, a broken home, a tiny flat, and a dream of one day owning his own shop. But what he lacked in money, he made up for in charm and grit. One morning, Tommy stopped by Clara's stall, wiping the grease from his hands. He gave her a grin that could melt even the frostiest heart. "Morning, love," he said in that soft East End drawl. "You're looking brighter than the tulips again." Clara smiled, pretending to fuss with a bunch of daisies. "Oh, go on with you, Tommy Dyer. You say that to all the girls." "Only the one who makes me forget me breakfast," he replied. From that day on, he bought a single rose every morning, though everyone knew it wasn't the flowers he came for. It wasn't long before the whole market knew about Clara and Tommy, their laughter, their glances, the way she'd blush when he walked past. But not everyone shared their happiness. Clara's parents, Margaret and Henry Whitmore, were old-fashioned, proud of their modest success and protective of their only daughter. One evening, Clara came home to find them waiting in the kitchen. The kettle whistled like it was warning her. Her father folded his newspaper. "We've heard about that boy, Clara, the one from the market." Clara froze. "Tommy?" Her mum sighed. "He's a nice lad, I'm sure, but he's got no prospects. You need someone who can take care of you." Her voice trembled, but stayed steady. "He does take care of me, Mum. He loves me." Her father's tone softened, but only a little. "Love don't pay the rent, sweetheart." She ran upstairs, tears hot in her eyes. She could hear them arguing below, words like future and foolish echoing through the walls. But Clara had already made her mind. That night, Clara snuck out of the house and met Tommy beneath Waterloo Bridge. The Thames rolled dark and restless beneath them, mirroring their hearts. Tommy was already there, waiting with his jacket pulled tight against the drizzle. "You shouldn't have come, love," he said softly. I stepped closer. "I had to. I can't stand them telling me how to live." He looked down, guilt in his eyes. "Your dad's right, you know. I ain't got much to give you." She took his hand, her voice shaken. "You've got enough. You've got me." He smiled faintly, brushing her hair back from her face. "Then I'll make that enough." They kissed under the bridge, rain falling around them, bosses roaring overhead, like the city itself was their witness. Weeks passed, and love became their refuge. They dreamed of running off to Brighton, opening a little flowering bike shop by the sea. But dreams were fragile things. One cold afternoon, Tommy hurt himself fixing a motorbike, a bad fall that left his arm broken. He couldn't work. Bills piled up. When Clara's father found out she'd been helping Tommy with his rent, his anger flared. "You'll ruin yourself for him, Clara," Henry shouted. She stood her ground, eyes blazing. "Then let me. I'd rather be poor with him than rich without love." That night she packed her things and left. No coat, no plan, just love. Tommy opened the door to find her standing in the rain, suitcase in hand. He looked at her in disbelief. "You daft girl," he said softly. "You really left them?" Clara smiled through her tears. "Didn't leave them, Tommy. Just found you." A year later, Brick Lane hadn't changed much. Still noisy, still alive, still home. But one corner of it looked different now. Where there used to be two separate stalls, there now stood one, a flower stand beside a small bike shop, joined under a shared sign, Whitmore and Dyer, flowers and fixes. Clara arranged tulips while Tommy worked on a customer's bicycle, both humming along to a radio tune. "Clara," Tommy called, "customer wants 2 roses, says they're for his wife." She laughed, tossing him a look. "Tell him he's a lucky woman." He smiled back. "So is mine." As the sun dipped behind the market rooftops, Tommy slipped his arm around her waist. They had little, but it was theirs. Every petal, every gear, every heartbeat. Love hadn't made them rich, but it had made them whole. And on Brick Lane, that was more than enough.